let's take a look how Git stash can help us in our daily activities. So for example, here I have a code that I'm just working on, and let's say that someone else is asking me to check another branch and to see their code, or to do some bug fixing, but on another branch. And since I'm working on this, I have made some changes. And if I try to switch to another branch, since those changes are not staged, Git will not allow me to move to the other branch or to switch. So let's say that I would like to go to the feature branch, and all of a sudden it is warning me that my local changes here will be overwritten whenever I switch the branch. Of course, I have options, stash and checkout, migrate changes, force checkout. I can click on stash and checkout, and this will automatically save my changes from the original untouched branch, and then it will switch to the feature branch. I'll cancel for now, and I'll do this manually. So stash, and then stash includes untracked. Okay, I can write some message here, for example, temporary work, and I click enter. And now what's interesting is that if we go to Git graph, we can see that we have our main branch on which we were. Then all the changes that happened were saved into this stash. And here is just some deletions and one new line. As you can see, those are the deleted lines, and this is the one that I've added. So this is my work. And since now we are on clean branch here on the main, we can switch easily to the feature branch. And now everything is correct. Okay, so here I can work on the items, I can do commits, I can fix bugs in this branch. And when I'm finished with the work, I can return back to main. Okay, let's do this. So let's go back to main. And now if we go to this file, we see that it has been restored. So our work that we did is not saved. In real practice, you can work in multiple files and have a lot of work which you don't want to stage for now. So let's see how we can use our stash in order to apply it to our files and continue working before the interruption to fix the bug in the feature branch. So I'll go again in the source control, and from here again I'll choose stash, and here we have apply or pop. The difference is that if we choose pop, the stash after being applied to our code will be deleted from history, and if we choose apply, we can just apply the stash without deleting it from history. So I'll choose a pop stash, and it will ask me which one. So I'll just click on the 0 index of the stash, and automatically our work is restored. Of course, the file here is now marked as modified in the source control, and we can continue working without being frustrated that someone interrupted our coding session. Similar situation can happen if we were trying to pull updates from remote repository, but since we are working on the current branch and we have made changes, Git might see that the files that we're working on are significantly different than the ones in the remote repository, and it will not allow us to get the latest changes. So for this, you just need again to stash your working changes, pull the latest information from the remote repository, and then reapply with stash pop on top of the latest changes, your work. The third case that we would like to take a look at is when we are on a wrong branch and already have some changes made there that don't belong to this branch. So for example, when we are on the feature branch and here write some new functionality, and we have worked hard to create this functionality, but actually it is not for this branch. So how we can proceed? So from here on, we can see our changes and we can stash those changes. So I'll go stash include untracked, and let's say latest changes will be the name of the stash, and this will clean the changes that we did on this feature branch automatically for us. So when we are sure that everything is cleaned up and there is nothing impacting this branch, we can go back to the main branch, and here we can apply this functionality by going again to stash, apply pop stash, and we will choose the latest changes. And as you can see, this new functionality that we have written in the other branch is automatically applied to the correct branch. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the information, and from now on you can use with confidence Git stash in your projects.